Hello guys, welcome to my channel again. In this video we'll be doing a series of top-down analysis on few pairs. We'll start from GDP USD, we'll go to Euro USD, then USD JPY and AUD USD. Probably we'll do DXY and if time permits we can also go through Bitcoin. So without wasting time, let's start with GDP USD. And if you guys have been watching my video, you will see that I've done GDP USD from even monthly time frame to the current market price. So, and if you're following me, you will have seen where I'm hoping that GDP USD will go for at least for probably a year. So, and this is nothing. I'm not really speculating from my head. I'm only going by what the chart is showing me, and from my top-down analysis, I can project a long distance to the market, a long distance. Um, that I'll be trading towards. So without wasting time, let's dive into this. So as you can see, this is GDP USD. Top-down analysis, you can easily start from monthly or weekly or daily, depending on what you're seeing. So if the weekly is clear enough for you to start, you can do that. So, but the principle remains the same. So you can see. So as I said, I used to analyze. You can see the market sweep this low. Start from higher time frame. You can see the market swept this low. Then in monthly time frame, market went back, took out this last pullback the market created. We serve as our inducement. Then market mitigate something here, which is extreme. Then you can see markets break down and close below. So this confirmed break of structure for us in monthly time frame, and we're expecting market to respect this high because this is the last swing guide that the market did. So we're expecting market to respect this high, and as you can see, if you look closely, you will see that market has internal pullback there in monthly time frame. You can see there is a little pullback here, which is valid according to my trading plan, my approach. Then we have to look for our other blocks. So this is the only other block that I can find here, and you can see how nicely market is responding to that zone. So looking at monthly time frame, you can see that market has done something double top here. So I'm just using that as an uh, I don't really trade that, but I'm just using that to explain something for you guys. So you can see what the market has done here. Market has created a kind of double top there. So, and we're expecting the market to come and take out this low, or at least to come to this low. So if this trend we monthly want to continue, so monthly has actually show us that it's bearish because this is a series of higher low kind of. So you can see what the monthly is doing here. So we can take it down to, there's no really point in going into because this is the time frame that I use. If I go to monthly, I go straight to daily, then probably I go straight to 4 hours and 1 hour. So but we can still step down to weekly and see what the weekly is doing. Maybe weekly is also responding or correlating with what the monthly is doing. You can see this is the weekly movement towards to where the monthly high, the monthly PO high. So um so since the market is already at our monthly POI, the next level I go to is daily. So I want to see daily POI responding and daily structure responding to my monthly POI. And what I want to see in daily is to give me change of character. So if I have a change of character, then it will show that this monthly POI is actually likely going to hold. Then my bias will now change because I can take trade based on monthly POI. So if we're to mark weekly, sorry, if we're to mark daily, you can see what the daily is giving us. You can see a very last break of structure here. Just look at the obvious level that the market has broken the last break of structure that the market has done. Then just repeat the same process. So actually market came back for this low and flash up, but on its way market did not create any pullback. So this last pullback that the market did we serve as our inducement, and this will be a low. Anything below here we serve as our change of character in daily. So, and as you can see, when market took out this daily inducement like this, daily inducement, market responded to this low, and market tried to push up, but because market is reacting from this higher time frame POI, then you can monthly POI, you can see that the pressure was not that strong to take out this high. So you can see this high is being protected, market was unable, and at the end of the day, market gave us change of character. So it means that market monthly is already telling us that it's likely to go down. So but while we are expecting that to happen, market decided they need more buy pressure. And what are we supposed to do when we had change of character there? You can see that all we need to do is to mark mark up our last pullback that the market did, which is somewhere around there. I don't think this is valid. Okay, no, this is not valid. It look like this. If this is a valid pullback based on this one that I'm using, I don't think this is a valid pullback. It doesn't look like a valid pullback. So if that's the case, we use this major high as our inducement to the downside, to the sell side, and all we need to do is to look for extreme POI here. But you can see market refused to take it out. The market took out this extreme POI, no reaction, nothing. So and we had another change of character to the upside. So now market is now giving us bullish momentum, still inside the higher time frame POI. So, but in this case, that means if we have another change of character to the downside, then that will actually confirm this level that market was only grabbing liquidity based on this in this same zone. Market was only grabbing liquidity. So, and as you can see, after we had change of character here, what are we supposed to look out for? Supposed to look at for the last pullback that the market did. If you can see, this was the last tiny pullback that the market did. This was going to serve as our POI, as our inducement. The next POI we have to look for is this one. So, and I can't see any extreme other POI here. So, but I'm expecting this level to fail. If this level fail, then there's tendency that we're going to have change of character here based on what the market is reacting to in the higher monthly time frame. So I actually had a trade here. I was able to add a trade here. So, and I will explain why I was able to catch this trade and how this is the trade. You can see this is the trade I was able to catch. So I will explain to you. So all I do is to scale to 4 hours. Remember when we had a break of structure, I knew market will definitely come back for inducement. For the fact that we are reacting from monthly time frame POI. I knew the pressure will set in, and probably maybe this pullback will cause change of character. So all I do was to go to 4 hours and start looking for the structure towards this inducement. And there is a concept. Once markets come below inducement, just like a sweep, but the sweep was not holding. With the sweep is like is the first sign that okay, probably market will just want to sweep the inducement and push up. But in some cases, market will only sweep and still fail that sweep and fail that movement to the up, and market will mitigate POIs and probably market do whatever it has to do. So I decided to go to 4 hours. So all that is happening here in the left side, all this was none of my business because I knew market is coming down for inducement and POIs. So all I need to do is to just see what the 4 hours was doing, and I was able to mark my 4 hours based on the same approach. So I noticed that market sweep this high, break below here, confirm 4 hours, break of structure, market mitigate this high. Although there was no break of structure here, we don't have inducement here, so we can't call this break of structure. But I understand that liquidity has already been taken here, so this level can easily push the market down. So all I need to do, because I don't just want to take a trade, I want a confirm setup that align with my trading plan. So I had to be patient. So when market take out this low, this is not break of structure for me, for based on my perspective. So all I do was to look for another inducement and wait for market to mitigate this decisional POI, and probably this is going to be an hidden extreme POI, but market refused to come there. So and market responded to this level, then this one confirmed a complete structure for me. So immediately I saw this, I knew that I need to position for new because this level has to be protected. So though it's a bit trickish because market was sweeping daily time frame inducement, but based on what the monthly was telling me, I was a bit confident in taking trade here because I knew POI is still down, and market is likely going to approach that POI. So immediately I had this, I was able to I mark out my inducement, but market just reacted and refused to take out my inducement and create another inducement. So I waited patiently in 4 hours inducement, and after that on the broker, which is forex.com that I used to execute the trade, I had a POI here. So which gave me decisional POI. And as I said, this is my decisional POI, and this is going to be my extreme POI. Why? Because this have a value gap, this also have a value gap. If you can look at it closely, you can see this was the last buy momentum. So this was the other block, and there's a fair value gap between this last candle. You can see between this candle and this. So and this is my extreme. So and all I do was to just execute my trade here. But because I don't want to add too execution along the line. I don't want to have to maybe this one fail and I still sell, then I'll be exposed to 2 ratio 1 and 2% risk. So I decided to um, do something like this. I decided to take 1 to 2 out of the market because my stop loss also covered this level. So what I had was about 1 to 2. So I think I did something like this. So 1 to 2 kind of. So and that's what happened. 1 to 2 is okay. I don't want to be too exposed because if this one failed, that means I'll take another trade here. And based on daily time frame inducement, I was not comfortable with that, but I just had to take the trade because it aligned with my setup. So that's how I was able to execute that trade. So going back to daily time frame to go and see what is actually happening on daily time frame. Let me clear this. What is actually happening? I'll be waiting for this level. If this level holds, then I would like to go to 1 hour because by that time maybe my bias will start changing to buy momentum temporarily because it's still against what the monthly is telling us. So maybe if this level hold like this, I will wait for something like this to happen. Maybe market take out this high, create pullback, push up like this, give me complete structure. Then after this, I can now say, okay, maybe market create another this, then I can now position for either this or this, then buy to the upside. So because this is going to be my POIs, POIs. So whichever one. So this is going to be what I will do um on the GDP USD coming next week. So but as it is now, we will have to watch, keep see how Monday will respond. Then from there we take it up from there. So if this level fail, then I'll continue selling because of what this level what monthly is telling me. So if this level fail, that means I'll continue selling because this 4 hour structure is still intact. So I've already marked it out. So this will serve as my inducement. Then this will serve as my P decisional POI. This level will serve as my POI. Then probably if market come here, but this not a value pullback. So this is the only place I can wait and sell this market. So if this level fail, then I'm not interested. Then automatically I'll be waiting for market to give me proper change of character in 4 hours or do exactly what I explained on 1 hour. So that's it for GDP USD. Then the next pair, let's see what Euro USD was doing. So Euro USD, I think I had some markup on Euro USD. So let me see what Euro USD was doing. So Euro USD, I had markup already. Let me just rush through it. Monthly, you can see the same process, the same thing on Euro USD, monthly time frame. You can see market came back for break this structure, came back for monthly inducement. Then you can see how market mitigates this monthly order block. So nicely. So market mitigated this monthly order block and since then. So in this case, let's go to daily time frame. You can see we're expecting daily time frame because there is, as I said, remember, look at this after inducement because this is the last break of structure daily created. This was the structure before, then market reacted to daily extreme somewhere here. So and market went up. So we're expecting this low to be protected and this serves our inducement, but there's no POIs. So there's no POI that can easily push this market to the upside. Knowing that market has already is already responding to monthly higher time frame POIs. So you can see what we are doing, what we are saying. Market took out this inducement, tried to sweep, but the momentum was very, very weak because the sell momentum from the monthly time frame is very heavy. So, and since I don't take trade based on this because there's no POI that I can take trade from, so I just have to ignore it or I wait for market to give me lower time frame confirmation and start showing me bullish momentum. So, but normally, I know it's a sign for market to that is a sign that market want to fill this level and we had change of character. So now that we have change of character on daily, it's confirmed that this monthly POI is actually likely going to hold or is strong enough to push this market down. And let me show you something. And if this happen, then it means that throughout this year, all I'll be looking for is to sell this market to this level. That's all I will be looking for. I will not be even looking for buy momentum. And this is the buy setup. This is a scope for you guys. You can learn from it. Once you understand the other time frame, directional bias, then though internally there will be drama, but you will know that when market give you sell setup on this type of trade, is high probability than buy setup. Buy will be short lived. It will just be a kind of temporary thing. So So that's why it's good to understand the higher time frame POI, higher time frame directional bias, and that's the essence of top-down analysis. So I think on Friday or before, I just mark this. I do not take this trade, so I just mark it, and you can see how market just match the same thing I did on GDP USD. So, and you can see the market just matched my TP, but I didn't take this trade. So in this case, what are we supposed to do? Sorry, let me clear this. Let me clear this. Remove. So you can see what market reacted to 4 hours. 4 hours. So if you were to look at it, the structure was not clear enough because I knew we were coming here. So when I switch to 4 hours, all I need to do is to confirm a complete structure. And you can see this is the only place I can confirm the complete structure for 4 hours because market take out small inducement. This is the major inducement, mitigate POIZ, and you can see how nicely market dropped. So it confirmed this break of structure for us. So, and after that, you can see market still remain this, repeat the same process by doing what? By come back for this inducement, then market mitigates this decisional POI again, then market push down. So these are the process just remain the same. You don't need to stress yourself once you understand this concept. So, and in this case, you can see market push back. So if we were to mark our major POI, this is the major pullback that the market did, like this, something like this. If you can see, let me trace it for you. You can see this was just the internal one. So you can see this is the minor and this is the major. Market sweep this high is a sign for continuation to the sales. And if you take a trade here, then you can take a risk, and based on the market is actually bearish in 4 hours, and we know exactly where the market was going to. So if you were patient enough, if you didn't take this, you can have one trade here, then we'll have second trade here. So when ratio 1 to 3, you can actually get like 9 to 10% depending on your RR out of this setup. So that's what they mean when they say less is more. You don't need to rush after the market. The market will present itself to you. So that's what I have on Euro USD. The markup has already been done. So you just need to understand the concept. So now that we have change of character in daily, so the process will remain the same. All I need to do is to, for as it is now, this is the last daily pullback that the market did, and because this is not valid, this is okay. Yes, this is valid. Yes, I see it. This is valid. So this will serve as our inducement, our daily inducement to the downside. Um, then this will serve as our POI. This is our kind of order flow, but this is a very strong key level where market can return. All other thing has been mitigated. This has been mitigated. Then this has also been mitigated. So all other POIs have been mitigated. So no PO, no valid POI. This is the only valid POI. So, and the only thing that can also happen is the other scenario is when market push back and also sell. So it means that this level will serve as our new inducement. Then we can have our decisional POI here. Then we can have our extreme POI here because there is no any other POI that is valid again. So, so that's that's what coming. So that's what that's what it is about Euro USD. This video is already getting too long, but I hope you guys find one or two values in this video, and I hope you like, share, and probably subscribe. If you have any other question, you can easily drop it for me. I'll be glad to respond to your question. So, and the next video, the next pair we're going to try and check out is USD JPY. USD JPY. I intentionally keep this analysis simple and easy to follow, so that there will be no confusion for anybody. So that's why I keep it simple. It's not that difficult. You can see, and it's what you can easily relate with. So I don't think it should be difficult for anybody to relate with what I'm saying. So, but if you have any question, though this take time, this is actually taking me about 5 years, almost 5 years plus to get to this level. So I've been doing this for a while. And I understand that all the knowledge will compound. So this is GDP. Let me see if I can just remove all this drawing, and let's use the same approach and see wherever we can come up with. So you can see from this low, this is the, you just need to go to, okay, let's start from monthly time frame to see what monthly is telling us. If it's clear enough, you can see monthly is bullish. So that's what will tell us overall direction. And if we were to mark monthly, you can see this is where the monthly is. This is the last break of structure that the monthly did. Why? What make that break of structure confirm? Because market took out this low. So it means that this is the monthly low. This is the monthly low. So, and you see market came back because after we break this high, then this is monthly inducement, and you can see how nicely the market come there, break of structure. So there's no other POIs below here. So market decided to do what, just sweep this inducement. First attempt sweep, the market came back, then market is going up. So you can see this is the monthly break of structure that the market is approaching. So this monthly inducement liquidity, market sweep this high and this low, the market is going up. So from here now, we don't need to stress ourselves. We can easily look at it from this angle, from this leg, because market is approaching this high. You can see what daily time frame is doing in that direction. So that's how you keep it simple. You don't need to start stressing yourself. So, and as you can see, daily has been giving us consistent um, break of structure. So if you look at this, market was bearish before. Then when we got here, market gave us first break of structure. And what make this break of structure confirm? Because market sweep this inducement and this drama happened, and we had daily break of structure, first break of structure based on daily time frame. So, and again, if you based on what I'm explaining, you can see that this was the last pullback that the market did. After this break of structure, you can see that this was the last pullback that the market did. Market make an attempt to come here, but he refused and he push up. So, and you can see on his way to push up, market creates small pullback in between here. So, but knowing that this was the major pullback that the market did. So, and in terms of that, you can see market took out this level. Then this supposed, if you're using this is going to be our POI based on daily decisional POI and probably find extreme below. But you can see a lot of consolidation and market sweep this major low. So a market push up. So that's when we had another break of structure to the upside. So you can see that the process remained the same. All you need to do is to just look for the liquidity, wait for the liquidity, and then if you look at this drama now, this take a lot of time. See what the market did here. Market was just gathering liquidity, and when it's ready to move, it sweep all the liquidity, all the money here, including this major low, and push up, then continue its momentum. So once you understand those concepts, even if you had one or two loss, you are still going, market is still going to present you a lot of opportunity. So there's no point in running after the market. So when we had break of structure, immediately we had this break of structure. This was the last pullback that the market did. And we are expecting market to come and take it out, but it refused. Then market push up again. Then market continue pushing up. You can see, so these are the higher low, just higher low, not a structure. And at the end of the day, you can see the market did this and boom, market push up. So now this was the major pullback that the market did for this leg. You can see this was the major. This was just the internal. You can see, so major is the major inducement. You can use that major level as an inducement. And if you want to use the minor, this is not valid. So this is only inducement you can use for daily. So, and remember, this is just a perspective. It's not the only way that the market moves. It's not the only correct way. This is just the perspective that I've settled with, and I understand that it works. I've learned how it works. So, and it doesn't mean that it's going to be 100%. Sometimes market will not follow your trading plan. It will not go the way you are expecting it to go. So you just have to factor that into your trading knowledge and understanding. So, and you can see market came back from this daily inducement, daily high DM. And if we are to mark POIs, if I'm to mark POIs, I'm seeing extreme POI here because this was the last structure that the market created. And if I were to look for decisioner, there's no POIs there. All these, this is the one that is closer to this. So decisioner, so this is what we can use if it's not mitigated. And you see market invalidates it and still kind of find a way to respect it last. So this is just it, and currently we are having break of structure on daily time frame. So what are we supposed to project for? Because we know the market is coming to this level, we are expecting it to come and take out this monthly break of structure. So market can still present us an opportunity. So in daily time frame, what are you supposed to do? All you need to do is position for this, wait for market to take out this low. Once market take out this low, then this will serve as your inducement. This level, this is a hidden POI, but this is not valid. This inducement is not valid. And sorry, this pullback. So you can use this hidden POI as a first decisional POI, and this will serve as an extreme order block. So why this one has imbalance? So, and this is not a valid pullback. So if you watch my video, you should be able to understand by now how I pick my valid pullback. So, and this is a hidden POI and it's resting below this daily inducement. So we can take a risk from there and see wherever the market wants to do from there. So for me, this is what I'll be expecting going forward. I want to see a situation is either market keep pushing up, then probably break this high or market push up, then come back for this and boom, or market do the same, push down, then we start looking for buy to the upside. So this is just the scenario, and this is how I digest um, my approach. This is how I approach the market. So this is what I'll be looking out for. So in this case, in this leg now, you can focus on this leg. Since market is responding to this level, if if you are to focus on this leg, then we go to 4 hours or 1 hour. Any of the time frame you see a clear what? A clear structure. So you just take it and you can see what the market was actually doing here. You can see market was also giving us a kind of 4 hours change of structure. This 4 hours structure, market create this break of structure, continuation. Market refused to come and take this because probably after we can have a pullback and entry here, keep our stop loss below here, and market systematically keep going up. So this is a value pullback, this is a value structure. Then another structure that the market created was this, you can see was this, and boom. So POI here, if you find any, then you can buy from here. Keep your stop loss here, knowing that for the fact that you know that market is going to this level, you can take an entry from here. If you have lower time frame confirmation, fine, you can target this high. So you definitely have opportunity just to stay this to the same process over and over again, and don't run after the market. There's no way you will not have opportunity till market break this high. There's no way. So that's it for GDP, yeah, USD JPY. And the next one is AUD USD. So this video is already long, but we have no choice. So if we are to start on AUD USD, let's see what the market is doing. Let me clear all this. So you can see AUD USD monthly is showing us complete bearish momentum, but um, if I go to weekly, because if I'm to mark the structure now, you can see this is the obvious break of structure you have on monthly. A market did inducement, decisional POI, and extreme. So market sweep this low. You can see. So sweep means two things. If market sweep this low, it means the market is looking for more liquidity. So they want to grab more money up before it come down. Or this is a sign that market just want to keep pushing up. So or this is a sign that market just came for this liquidity, the external liquidity. So in this case, what are we supposed to do? Let's assume that market is using this low as a change of character, and we have to also prepare our mind for two things. So the first thing is we are buying to the upside. Let's say this is external liquidity and we are buying. So we have to see the momentum. If the market is actually giving us bullish momentum that want to go up, and you can see immediately you see bullish momentum, but now we are seeing a bearish momentum. So this leaves us with a kind of whether market wants to come down here again, whether market wants to come down and clear this low, or market wants to push up. So let's see if we can have a clear situation on weekly. So on weekly, we don't need to be dealing with all this drama. Let's just look at what the market is doing uh, currently based on this movement. Based on this movement, let's see what market based on this movement. So let's see what market is doing on that. Sorry. So let's see what market is doing. So let's mark it. You can see, let's say we have a complete structure here. Why? You know why? Because market took out this inducement as a weekly inducement. So and then market push up, push up again. Then market come down. Then this is the low. Market take out. So this was the low that the last low that the market created. You can see. So and what make this low valid? Because market came back for this last pullback, which we call inducement. Market find sell pressure here. So, but in this case, I'll be waiting for here. But market do not, I do not control the market, so market do its thing. So all these are internal drama just for the market to come here. So, and I believe that this drama, all this noise is where a lot of people will get stuck, get confused, don't know whether market is going up or coming down. So, and this high has to be protected because this is the high, the last high based on weekly. And you can see this is the last pullback that the market did before it comes down after break of structure. You can see. So you can see that once we have break of structure and weekly time frame, this was the last pullback that the market did. So if we're going by that, you can see that was our inducement. And if we're to mark weekly POI, no inducement, no POI, no POI. Yes, this is going to be our extreme weekly decisional weekly POI because I'm seeing an hidden POI here. So, but at the end of the day, you can see market do not respect this. Then market is reacting from here. Market has already done what? Market has already done a sweep this high. So this is a sign that market might want a temporary pullback based on weekly structure. Market might want to come here and clear all this internal liquidity, but we are not just going to assume for the market. So we'll play according to our rules and see how it goes. So now that we have this, market has swept this external liquidity based on weekly. So what we're supposed to do is not to go to 1 hour, because remember, if you're using weekly as a higher time frame POI, you go straight to 4 hours for your entry. Then if you're using daily, you go to 1 hour for your entry. If you're using monthly, you go to daily, but you know you can't take a trade on daily, so you have to step down again. Then from daily you can go to 4 hours or probably 1 hour for your entry. So in this case, we go straight to 4 hours time frame and see what 4 hours is doing around this higher time frame POI. Let's see the structure that the 4 hours is printing for us. So you can see this is the obvious break of structure that market did in 4 hours. Why? Because market came back for I think, okay, we had a pullback here, valid pullback here. Market came back for this. Then what does 4 hour? The market mitigate this POI, and you see how nicely the market respected it. Although there was a drama, but market respected it nicely, and market break structure to the upside. So we're expecting this low to be protected, and this will serve as our uh, liquidity, which is we call inducement. Then where our first POI will be this one, then our second POI will be this. I've said this multiple times that it's only two POIs that has high probability. Every other POI is just an SMT, smart money trap. So, and based on 4 hours, this is supposed to be our high. And you can see market reacted from this level, consolidate struggle, then at the end of the day fail. So once this fail, this is the next level that market can easily reacted from. So, and you can see how nicely market reacted from there. So if you miss this trade or you had a loss there, if you position here, keep your stop loss here, knowing that this level will be protected. You can still get ratio 1 to 4 or at least ratio 1 to 3.5 or 3.8, which will cover for your first loss here. So this is just the system, and once you master the system, it will be easy for you to spot a good setup and trade in the right direction. So now that the market has respected and broke structure to the upside, then what are we supposed to do? We wait for market to, this is the low. Remember, in weekly time frame, we are expecting, because of what we saw on weekly time frame, weekly external liquidity sweep and multiple rejection, then these 4 hours will not be ideal for us to start buying these 4 hours, because these 4 hours now, what we're supposed to be expecting is for these 4 hours to fail. Then once we have change of character on these 4 hours, then you can see, let's look at the structure. You can see this is the last 4 hours inducement, and this is the 4 hours, last 4 hours decisional POI, and no other POIs anymore. So when you don't have decisional has failed and there is no POIs anymore, is a sign that market is likely going to either sweep this low before the continuation to the upside or market change character. So those are the behavior of the market when it comes to that. So, and that's what I will be preparing for uh, on on USD, AUD USD. You can see. So in this case, I'll wait for markets to invalidate this low, probably do this, give me inducement, then I'll wait for my POIs. Then if market come back here, then I'll be glad to sell, because my selling will now be in the higher time frame direction because of what weekly has been showing me. So that will be what I'll do. So if you go back to weekly, you can see that we had a lot of room to trade. So if this level actually hold, it means that throughout this year we can actually have uh, trade towards this direction, which is about 1,200 pips. So which is a good one. If you catch one trade there and you just forget about it, and market deliver 1,200 pips, that's a lot. So that's how I analyze my trade. So in this case now, I will not be looking for 4 hours buy because I know that buy momentum is likely to be temporary. So the higher time frame is bearish. So if I'm selling in 4 hours, or if I'm buying in 4 hours, I know it's going to be a temporary buy, but the high probability setup will be sell. So as long as that higher time frame POI, higher time frame direction is still holding. So that's this for this. We're about 45 minutes in this video. So let's look at which other pair are we supposed to look at? Um, I don't really trade gold, but let's look at gold. XAUUSD. So let's look at gold. Finally, let's look at what gold is doing. Uh, Let me use this. Let's look at what gold is doing. So you can see. So if you're going by top-down analysis, let's see what weekly. Weekly is just heavily bullish. Then monthly is heavily bullish. Weekly is also heavily bullish because there's no structure. They are just pumping up, pumping up, pumping up. This heavily bullish. So we can scale down to daily and see if we have a situation whereby market will give us a last structure. So there's no point in analyzing from behind. So let's just look for that strategic place that we can figure out the last structure that the market's created, or the obvious structure that the market created. You can see market sweep this level, give us the daily break of structure, and then this will serve as our daily inducement. So a market had a sweep here. I think market respected this POIs, this decisional POI, and boom, market start buying from there. So, and the next thing market did was after we had break of structure here. Let me see if we had value pullback here. No, I'm not seeing value pullback. Let me check. Low 0.95. No, this is not valid. So market just did is normal pullback here, and what, and start shooting up. So this was another value pullback, which was the last pullback that the market did, and that's going to serve as our daily inducement. And you can see markets push up and come back for it, sweep this low, and then if by structure, this is going to be our last low, and by POIs, you can see our market reacted to this decisional POI nicely and reject. And where is our extreme POI? If I can find any here, I think this level is our extreme POI. So these are the two spots. If this one do not cause break of structure to the upside like this, then it means the market can reject. Sorry, it means the market can actually come down to this level. This low has to be protected if market want to continue bullish in daily time frame. Sorry, it has to be change of character. Anything below here will give us daily change of character. So now, once markets mitigate this level, let's go to 4 hours to see if we're going to have a clear structure that supports that bullish momentum. So all we need is to establish a complete structure, and immediately market mitigate this level. So what first thing we have to do is we have to look for a situation whereby market take out inducement and close above. This will mark a complete structure. So we can now start positioning, maybe position here or here, then to the upside. So that's what I mean by proper 4 hour structure that supports this bullish moment buying, daily buying structure. So, and as you can see, in 4 hours, we were able to have something reasonable. You can see market push up, push down, then push up. So, in a nutshell, 4 hours has given us last pullback. Then you can see this is supposed to be other block. This is supposed to be complete other block, but we are actually not going to trade here because the other block is not valid, and we are waiting for complete structure to happen. So now you can see how market take out that level, they sweep this high. This is supposed to be confirmed as a complete structure for us. And after that, we need to take out, this is not a break of structure, but based on exactly what we are looking, based on the movement that we are looking at, we have to be looking for buy. So we just want a situation whereby market will take out liquidity, then break above the previous high that the market has created. So you can see this is where we had inducement here, and probably I'll be waiting for here, and market reacted. Okay, this is the fair value gap in between. I'll be waiting for this extreme, but unfortunately market did not come there. So remember, so market push up and give us 4 hours break of structure to the upside, and then what are we supposed to be looking for again? And this is it. You can see after this break of structure we had a small pullback here, which is valid, and you see how nicely market sweep this pullback, and boom, market break above. So it means that in 4 hours, this is our 4 hours low. Then this is going to be our 4 hours change of character. Then this is going to be our, this is the last pullback that the market did. So this is going to be our 4 hours inducement. And you can see nicely that market do not respect that. From what I'm seeing now, it seems that market is giving us 4 hours change of character, because markets do not sweep here, sweep, but at the end of the day, it look like this level want to fail. So what I will be waiting for is for market to actually clear this low to confirm that it's already, this change of character is confirmed. And if you go back to daily time frame, you can see that market was only responding for decisional POI. So this response might be temporary and market might want to come down. So the early sign that we can have is when market start giving us lower time frame, which is 4 hours change of character to the sell side. So that can also support our higher time frame POI as well, higher time frame directional bias as well. So, and you can see the momentum was very low. So in this case, if market clump below this level, I will confirm 4 hours change of character. And what I will need to do after that is, if market come below here, then I'll look for my inducement. Let's say market creates something like this. This will serve as my inducement. And then because by then I'll be interested in selling this market to the downside, then this will serve as my inducement. If I have a POI here, if I have a POI here, I'll be glad to sell here. And if that one fail, then this will be the next. This is supposed to be the next POI, but it's already mitigated. So this is the only POI I'll be interested in selling from, because the rest mitigated, and we also have another POI here. So these two will be high probability for me. No POI, this one has been mitigated. So if this market wants to sell, then I will expect market to take out this inducement, mitigate this level, then drop. So because this high is expected to be protected, although this is the major high, but based on the no other block and so on, so I will be working with this high. So that's it for gold. For people that trade gold, that's how I operate, or that's how I will perceive gold in the next coming week. So you can also take advantage of it. If you play out that way, fine. Just make sure you apply proper risk management. But for me, I think gold is getting weak. I don't know, this trend line taking out, taking out, taking out. Gold is getting weak. So, but nevertheless, you can still see some kind of movement. If market respect or market close below here, no, I don't need to talk about that. Let market do its things, and whenever things that happens, we'll come back and reanalyze this setup. So I think it's about 1 hour. If you have any question, you can drop it in the comment section, and I'll be glad to respond to your question. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoy it and learn one or two things. Kindly like, share, and subscribe. Bye for now.